Okay, class, today we'll be working on reverse percentages. It's a very short lesson. Our learning objective is to simply practice with working with problems that involve percentages and values. So a bit more of the same from 10.1, but with some more complicated problems. Let's look at example 1 first. Car A speed is 120% of car B speed. If car A is moving at 135 kilometers an hour, find the speed of car B. So, in this case, we get the speed of B and we divide that by the percentage. Okay. So, we know car A is driving 135 kilometers an hour. We divide that by 120, or 120%, which is 1.2. And that gives us 112.5 kilometers an hour. Now for practice, I'd like everyone to try question number 6 on page 33. And your answer should be 170. Example 2 is a bit more complicated. It involves several values. The temperature in Hong Kong in Celsius is 70% of that in Singapore. The temperature in Toronto is 50% of Hong Kong's and 19.5 degrees less than Singapore's. Find the temperatures of the three cities. Okay? In this case, we have one variable that we need to set. We can let x represent the temperature in Singapore. Okay, so with that decided, we can have Hong Kong's temperature be 70% of that. In that case, it would be x times 70%, which is just 0.7x. Now we know Toronto's temperature is half of that, 50%, so it would be 0.7x times 50%. Okay, and that would be 0.35x. Okay, with this set up, we can now make our equation. We know the temperature in Toronto's is 19.5 degrees less than Singapore's. Okay, so we can write an equation like so: 0.5x, which is the temperature of Toronto, plus 19.5 equals x. Okay, so we know Toronto is 19.5 degrees cooler, so we need to add that in order to make that temperature equal to x, the temperature of Singapore. Okay, we rearrange the equation. We should get 0.65x equals 19.5. Okay, and we'll find that x equals 30. Okay, so we know the temperature of Singapore is 30. Then Hong Kong's temperature in this case would be 0.7 times 30, which would be 21 degrees. Okay, and Toronto's temperature would just be half of that. So 0.35 times 30 is just 10.5 degrees. So we know the temperature of Singapore is 30 degrees, temperature of Hong Kong is 21 degrees, and temperature in Toronto is 10.5 degrees. Okay. So our second and final practice question is on page 34, and I'd like everyone to try question number 7 on page 34. Okay. Now remember, if you still need more practice, you can always look at the other practice questions. Okay, there are 2 of them right in the textbook, example 6 and example 7 on page 33.